Audible Interlude, G.I. Joe podcast. I'm your host, Dave West, codename Phantom Troublemaker.
And I am your co-host, Noel Wood, codename Outcrap, I think today.
And as you can see, we have a cast of very special guests. We're going to be kicking things off with a main event. On the end over here, our first guest voice actor for this special occasion is...
I'm Dana Morgan, and I will be playing Baroness.
Woo! Noel, you'll see what he is doing. Next to Noel, though, another special guest.
Hello, I'm Chris Scott, and I will be playing Claymore.
And Chris is out at Grindhouse Toys all weekend. Go check his stuff out. It's incredible. And I got to talk to you because last night I watched Evil Dead Rise for the second time.
Yes.
And had so many ideas from that.
It's so good.
The whole arms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that thing is...
Next to Chris, everybody knows him. Everybody loves him.
Hey guys, I'm Carson Mataxis, and I'll be making Chris Latta roll over in his grave as I butcher Cobra Commander. I apologize in advance.
I put a heavy weight on you, but I knew you could handle it.
That's a lot of pressure. That's an amazing voice.
And?
I'm Alexander Murrell, and I'm reading for Wetsuit.
And finally,
my name is Gary Mitchell, and I will be reading for Dial Tone.
excellent. So, what we're doing is we're going to be doing a live table read of Special Mission Brazil. Who remembers Special Mission Brazil? So, that's very special to me because when I was a kid, 1986, I could come home from school, I'm 10 years old, and speaking of Special Mission Brazil, everyone give it up. Oh, beautiful. So we had a Claymore accompanying this. If you want to take a seat just right over at the end there. Michael Charles Hill wrote Special Mission Brazil. And we can aim a microphone in his direction. If you'd like to share how that came about,
Sure,
what went
sure.
into that process.
Some of you may or may not know, I was a writer-producer at Sunbow. When they initially hired me, I was on Transformers, but I wanted to work more on G.I. Joe. And eventually, they moved me over for a brief period of time. There was an overlap, and I was doing both. So, as a producer of the show, certain writing responsibilities that they felt just fell under my purview. One of them was writing the PSAs. And so one day I get a fax from Hasbro, and they tell me that they're creating a exclusive box set for Toys R Us. I'm not sure they had done box sets at all before.
This was the first with figures.
Yes. Oh, great, Carson, you're here.
Our historian is here. I run an archive called 3D Joe's. And yeah. Want info on the toys.
So, what they told me was they had, there was going to be 5 figures. 4 of them were going to be existing characters that would be repainted, and the 5th one would be made out of spare parts. But they didn't even have a design for it, so I had no idea what it was going to look like. So they wanted me to come up with a name for the concept, and create this 5th character and write his file card. Up until then, Larry Hama had, back me up Carson, Larry Hama had been writing all the file cards. So I think very quickly I came up with Captain Claymore. I thought it sounded like a G.I. Joe name. And in the file card, I gave his birth name was my grandfather's name. His birthplace was my hometown in Vermont. And I had no idea, because we weren't reading the G.I. Joe comics, because we didn't want to be influenced by any of Larry's stories, and then suddenly having become our stories. I had no idea that there was a G.I. Joe Special Missions comic book series that was coming down the pike. Hasbro must have known, and apparently Larry didn't know that I was creating this thing. So the Special Missions Brazil box set was available in July of '86, and I think the comic book, first issue came out in October. Wow. And so I must have, it was either late 85 or early 86 that I conceived of this thing. I don't know what Hasbro's lead time was. Do you know, Carson?
Yeah, well, being that they were not tooling up any new parts, it was pretty quick at the factory. They already had all this tooling in place. So, the other characters, mainframe, wetsuit, etc., were already in production. This is the only exclusive that they released a different deco the same year that they released the original deco. So version 1 of these figures came out in 86. Version 2, Special Mission Brill, came out in 86.
Wow, okay.
And then the combination for Claymore, they actually made some changes to it. It was going to be Sci-Fi's torso at first, but he's just a combination of different parts that were readily available. So it wouldn't have taken much time because the tooling's already done at the factory. They just got to paint them different and put it together different.
And also, I didn't feel like it was really a very important concept for them, because when I sent them my first draft of the file card, my first draft of the script, I got no notes whatsoever. They just went off and did it.
Things haven't changed.
And I was surprised. And jumping ahead a little bit, they used to send us cases of toys, more Transformers than G.I. Joe. But they did send us a USS Flag, which we put on our coffee table in our lounge area to make a taller, longer coffee table. And but they never sent me a copy of the box set. And for whatever reason, it never occurred to me to go to Toys R Us and pay $15 and get one for myself, because I kind of thought, I think I thought of it as just a throwaway thing that I was doing and wouldn't mean anything. It also never occurred to me in future scripts that I wrote to bring Captain Claymore into the story. So, leading up to closer to the present, last year I was asked by Brian Sauer and Assembly Required to write a couple of comic book scripts for an exclusive comic book they were going to have at the convention. And the theme for last year was Destro and the Iron Grenadier. So I wrote an 8-page story for that. And then they wanted a 4-page story. So the year before, the first one I was invited to, the first ever Joe convention I was invited to, it was Dreadnoughts and Cold Slither. So I did a 4-page story. And then they wanted me to write just a short story that they wouldn't have to generate art for, keep the artwork down. I said, well, I'm not really a prose guy. I said, what if I just write a short animated script? And so I decided I would take Special Mission Brazil, call it Redux, and write it as an animation script. But because I never had the set, I had never listened to the story. And so, because I didn't have my original script with me, it's in storage in Vermont, I had to listen to the audio tape, and I was horrified. It was so bad. I had no idea the original actors hadn't worked on it. I had no idea that Wally Burr hadn't directed it, and it was embarrassing. And I was transcribing and listening to it. So I kept it over and over. In any event, I wanted to stay within the confines of what the story was, but I also wanted to embellish it with a few extra scenes, and I wanted to write very detailed scene descriptions, because what I found when I started out writing animation was the more detailed your scene description, the better the storyboard art you're going to get. And what I learned specifically working on G.I. Joe and Transformers, the better your storyboard, the better the animation. Nobody told me this, but I felt like what was implied was if Marvel Productions, who was, we subcontracted to do the storyboard artwork, if they put, their B or C team on it, then the Japanese animation company put their B or C team on it. So the better the storyboard, the better the animation. So So yeah, so I guess that leads up to where we're at now. I just want to kind of give you the backstory of how Special Mission Brazil came into existence, and then the script reading you're about to hear.
Nice. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. If you need to get back to your table,
No.
absolutely.
I'm gonna
Okay, all right.
and listen.
And we do have, for after this, I've got a couple of prizes we're going to give away. We have a copy of the script, a little fancier version than what we're going to be using here. And we also have a Cold Slither Zartan Reaction Plus figure. And if you bring those to Mr. Hill at his table, he'll sign them for you.
And I also
afterwards.
have more copies, not a lot, of the script at my table, bundled with the comic book scripts I wrote as well.
Nice.
All right. Is everybody ready
Let's do it.
for Special Mission Brazil Redux? Exterior, South American jungle, somewhere in Brazil, day. Deep within the Amazon tropical rainforest of central western Brazil lies the dark and foreboding Mato Grosso jungle. It is a twilight world of a prehistoric forest filled with gigantic plants and towering trees, overgrown with creepers, vines, and lianas. The equatorial sun overhead provides relentless and oppressive heat and humidity to all who dare venture here in this Conradian heart of darkness. A giant boa constrictor slithers out of frame. Exterior, Mato Grosso jungle, day. Captain Claymore leads the 4 other members of his hand-picked elite special ops team, wetsuit, leatherneck, dial tone, and mainframe along the narrow jungle trail. Illuminated by shafts of light streaming through the openings in the trees as if from a multitude of stage lights hundreds of feet above. Another angle nearby in the jungle. Unbeknownst to the Joe team, the jungle is alive with more than just the aforementioned dissonant sounds. One lone member of the Tupaguarani, an indigenous tribe native to the region, is watching their every move. Wearing only a loincloth, the nearly naked man with his painted face makes him void of any determinate age, but the fact he is carrying a long, primitive spear leaves no doubt that he is a hunter. Angle on Claymore. Captain Claymore suddenly stops and crouches at the base of a huge mahogany tree covered with vines, studying the jungle. Captain Claymore checks the GPS tracking device he has been carrying, as the screen reveals a topographical map grid with a blinking red light, revealing the location of a downed satellite.
All right, men, listen up. This new Voltronic Navstar tracker indicates that the Joe SATCOM is nearby.
Does it indicate a range?
It appears to be just a few clicks up this jungle path.
Sounds like a walk in the park.
Yeah, you think so? Wetsuit? Dollars to donuts? Cobra is too. So look sharp.
Captain Claymore, sir?
Yes, dial tone?
Why would Cobra want to knock our satellite out of the sky anyway?
The G.I. Joe SATCOM is our eye in the sky. Every day it receives thousands of pieces of information and numerous intelligence reports from our allies around the world. And if Cobra gets a hold of it, they can drive us to our knees.
Then, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, we're wasting time if you're waiting on me.
All right, the clock's ticking. Let's move out.
Yo, Joe!
Captain Claymore quietly leads his team through the heavy undergrowth further along the narrow jungle trail in the direction of the downed satellite and, as always, on the alert for any Cobra troops tracking their position. The Tupaguarani continues to stealthily shadow them as 2 more hunters enter frame and join him. Elsewhere in the Mato Grosso jungle. Meanwhile, not far away, in another part of the jungle, deep within the Chapada dos Guimarães National Park, Cobra Commander, along with Destro and the Baroness, leads his Vipers towards the downed satellite. In the background, high above the steep vertical sandstone cliffs, we see the cascading Void de Novo waterfalls.
According to our sources, the G.I. Joe satellite has fallen very near here.
And what about G.I. Joe?
I've arranged for a small reception committee for them.
Yes, Destro, darling. G.I. Joe will be a guest of honor at our local native nocturnal banquet.
Oh, I see.
Now let's get that satellite, Cobra!
As they advance further along the trail toward the downed SATCOM. Suddenly, outside, we hear the ominous percussive sounds of tribal drums.
What's that?
The rocks in your head.
Those are the drums of the Tupagarani tribe, and they are aware of our presence. If we don't find that satellite by nightfall, we're in big trouble.
What kind of trouble?
You don't want to know, soldier. But let's just say, we don't want to be on the menu.
As we now see 6 members of the Tupagarani tribe, still hidden in the jungle, watching the Joes. Angle on fallen G.I. Joe SATCOM. We see the Joe satellite has crashed not far off the jungle trail. While it is seriously damaged, it is still virtually intact and undisturbed.
There it is, Captain Claymore, the satellite.
And there's Cobra!
Angle on Cobra Vipers. As they open fire on the Joe, red lasers streak through the jungle and exit right of frame.
They've spotted us.
As they take cover, move into defensive positions, and return fire on the Vipers. Blue lasers streak through the jungle and exit left of frame. The Joes are pinned down as more red lasers enter and exit frame.
So much for Wetsuit's walk in the park.
As Claymore stands up and charges towards the Vipers off screen and opens fire, blasting everything in sight with his M16 203 grenade launcher and exiting left of frame.
Yo, Joe!
Yo, Joe! After an intensive hour-long firefight between Cobra and the Joes, with neither side gaining ground nor getting anywhere near the downed satellite, the sun has begun to set. Soon, it will not be safe for either party to remain in the jungle. Angle on Baroness and Destro as they continue to fire at the Joes.
Cobra Gaganda, the sun is setting. We must get out of here.
Yes, Commander. Even we can become victims to horrors of the Tupagarani. Let G.I. Joe have their precious satellite while we still have our lives.
Cowards! I'm surrounded by sniveling, simpering cowards!
The native drum beats grow louder and faster, and being no stranger to cowardice himself.
On the other hand, we could always come back another time.
As they become aware that they are now surrounded by dozens of angry Tupagarani tribesmen. Some of them also sport primitive bows and arrows.
Yes, Commander. Perhaps another time would be a splendid idea.
The Tupagarani start closing in their ranks as the Baroness and Destro slowly back up into one another.
And now, please, Cobra Commander, advise the Vipers of your new strategy.
As he watches with utter disappointment his terrified Vipers waiting for his new orders.
Cobra! Retreat!
Cobra Commander, Destro, the Baroness, and the Vipers desperately race toward camera as they are being hotly pursued by the Tupagarani tribesmen in the background. The air is filled with spears and arrows as they are expertly flung and shot, raining down upon the fleeing Cobra personnel. Many of them whiz past their heads, barely missing their targets. Cobra Commander and company narrowly escape bodily injury as they break through the jungle brush and quickly scramble aboard their waiting Moray hydrofoils with elite lamprey eel pilots and speed away from shore. At full throttle, the go-fast boats rise up on their hydrofoils and roar down the river, leaving the Tupagarani tribesmen their bloodlust denied in their wake. Exterior, Mato Grosso jungle, twilight. With Cobra out of the picture, the Joes have secured the downed SATCOM, but with darkness approaching, little precious time is left, and the relentless tribal drum beats have not abated.
Dial tone, radio's the Tomahawk. We're getting ourselves and that satellite out of here.
Yes, sir! Base, this is G.I. Joe! Send us a chopper!
Wetsuit and Leatherneck, secure that satellite for transport.
Yes, sir.
Mainframe, keep a sharp eye. We only have a few minutes of daylight left.
You got it, Captain. The seconds tick away as the sun begins to merge with the horizon and casts a golden glow along the jungle ceiling. Claymore checks his watch against the setting sun. Time is running out. In the near distance, we hear the sound of rotating chopper blades. Just above the treetops, we see a CH-42 Tomahawk helicopter, its rotors strobing in the fading sunlight. Enter frame, bank to right, and head straight towards camera. As it draws closer, we hear the dominant sound of powerful turbines throbbing in the heavy air until it fills the frame, revealing lift ticket and lifeline as pilot and co-pilot, respectively. Guided by his M18 colored smoke grenades, the CH-42 Tomahawk hovers high overhead in the downed SATCOM. Even this far down, the transport helicopter kicks up a maelstrom of dust and vegetation. Above the din,
Anchor the satellite and climb on board. We're out of here. Joe Special Ops teams.
No, that's us. That's us. Yo, Joe! As the downed satellite with the Joes hanging onto the attached cables is airlifted off the jungle floor, while the tribal drum beats reach a fever pitch and then abruptly stop. Interior CH-42 Tomahawk helicopter, twilight. Having successfully completed their mission, Captain Claymore and the other Joes are secured with restraining harnesses inside the cargo hold. The jungle canopy below races past the open sliding doors manned by nondescript G.I. Joe door gunners operating 50 caliber machine guns on both sides. As he gives his team the requisite end of mission speech, Claymore gazes proudly at his troops.
Well, looks like G.I. Joe won this round, but we can never give up the fight.
Until the fight is done.
Cobra will stop at nothing to threaten our American way of life. And it is our duty to man the front lines and eliminate that threat whenever and wherever it takes place. Can I get a Yo Joe?
Yo, Joe! We see the CH-42 Tomahawk flying away from camera with the reacquired satellite secured by a heavy metal cable trailing 20 feet below, and our team rides off into the sunset. The end.
And so, Michael, how did it compare to the original recording? All right.
Much better.
All right.
We officially have green shirts.
We do. I mean, green shirts are all over the place. There's no debating.
Yeah, they were
talking about
everywhere,
that. Yeah, they were everywhere. So that actually does bring us to the halfway point of our panel. First of all, before our guests do whatever you guys are doing the rest of the day, please tell us who you are, where we can find you online.
Once again, I'm Dana Morgan. You can find me on social media as Dana Voices or also Danique Events.
I am Chris Scott from Grindhouse Toys. You can find me on Grindhouse Toys on Instagram or Grindhouse Toys on Facebook, and then also grindhousetoys.com.
And I'm Carson Mataxis. I run 3D Joes, so you can reach me at the 3D Joes website through any of their social media. And I'm also doing Operation Recall with the original creators of G.I. Joe. We're making all new toys. I got the prototypes out here and the engineering pilots, so please come check it out. The tagline for the project is Legendary Creators Back on Active Duty. And I told Michael Charles Hill, man, if everything goes well, it'll be incredible. to have them write cartoons. So
Yes.
hopefully this one will sell well. Be able to help the
My name is Gary Mitchell. I'm a podcaster. I am the co-director of the American Sci-Fi Classics track at DragonCon, and as part of Good to Be a Geek Media, I am the producer and co-host of the Horror Podcast, a podcast of Amontillado, which this gentleman has been on.
And of course, Wetsuit, let us know your contributions to Operation Recall.
So I put in the concept for the ninja, the robotic leg ninja. That was 10.
Nice. That's awesome. So our special guests, you're welcome to hang around, watch the rest of the panel, but I know you're all busy and I know you need to get back to your tables, so.
Probably be in the booth.
Yeah,
You guys
absolutely.
come visit
Can we
though.
do a quick group picture?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And we're actually gonna hang out and do a little more panel, because we've got till 1 o'clock and we've got some G.I. Joe stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah,
But yeah, we'll do a group picture in front of the table here with Claymore.
Yes.
Do we get to take our scripts?
Yes, absolutely.
Put it with my.
Yeah, everybody keep your scripts for sure.
Can I get some of that phone? Oh, thank you. I showed it myself. Sorry. Yeah, get in. Yes.
I'll get to that.
To the sit. To the sit. To layer everything.
Are we all in?
Really close. Okay, smile real quick. See? You look at it and tell me if it's okay or not. I'm gonna take one more of my own.
Yes, let's go.
Is that good? Yeah, one more, sorry, just
Okay.
one more. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great.
Thanks, buddy.
So much.
Appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Always,
As always.
always a pleasure.
Carson,
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you had time to get involved.
I've rehearsed.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys later today.
Thank you. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Big shows to fill. Big shoes. All right. Let's see here. Oh, wait, Gary. No, Gary, you get back up here.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. Bring Gary on.
Okay.
All right. Special guest of honor. Sneeze in his place.
Honor right in the middle there. And Gary, I'm going to need you to bring those notes back up on your phone because my phone is currently recording all of this. So we don't have a ton of news to talk about right now, but that's okay because we have our 200th episode live streaming Monday on the Needless Things YouTube channel. We will cover the news more extensively there. We got a lot of Kickstarter updates. We got a lot of shipping updates to talk about. If everyone's noticed, classified stuff is going to be hitting, well, it's already started with the snakes, hitting hard and fast. There's a lot of money going out.
Have you got yours yet, or are you still waiting?
The snakes will be here Monday. Yeah. So let's see what we've got. We do have a little bit of news. Did everybody see the new Super 7 Reaction Plus, the 1987 movie figures? So we have to talk a little bit about the pricing. When I first saw it, I was disappointed. 20 to 25 is a significant increase. Now, obviously, there are a lot of economic factors at play in this country right now. But also, when you look at it, O-rings are coming in around $25-ish. Like other companies, that pricing is not outrageous compared to what everybody else is doing right now. And these are, when you're talking about Python and Big Lob, these are O-rings that we've been wanting for almost 40 years. And we're getting what look like really good versions. Now my Universal Monster Reaction Plus, those have shipped. But Super 7 shipping isn't quite as fast as it used to be. Has anybody else noticed that? Like it used to be you'd order something and generally the next day it would go out. And it's taken a few days now. But I think that's across the board. Pulse seems to be kind of taking a little bit longer with fulfilling as well.
Yeah, I personally tend to stick with big bags because I do the pile loot.
Yeah. Well, you know me, I gotta do does anybody in here play pre-order roulette? Where you just order from everywhere and whoever gets it to you first, that's what you do. So, what are thoughts about Arctic Destro and Arctic Snake Eyes? You guys are welcome to chime in on this. Like, I think they look cool, but for $25, like Big Lob and Python are no-brainers for you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a sucker, and I've bought before because they were all available as add this 4-pack to your cart and check out, and that was easier for me than selecting 2. Also, I've bought everything that they've done thus far with the Reaction Plus G.I. Joe, and I'm probably going to continue doing that for a while until it just gets a little unwieldy. But as I said, the Arctic things are fine. Definitely Python and Big Love were on my must-have list. Although, as I briefly mentioned, the fact that they did that full skirt on Destro to represent his trench coat makes me wonder why they made that choice with Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes and gave him those little shorts.
Well, I think you couldn't have done a skirt like that as short as it is on Cobra Commander and Snake Eyes, because Destro's got that longer coat. And I'm also curious to see what that really looks like, because right now all we've seen are renders of these.
Sure.
Like, we haven't seen any actual product yet, so I want to know what Destro's material is. It looks like it's plastic, right?
Yeah, I think it's probably a combined order. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, his and the renders definitely looks like plastic, whereas Pythona's, that's a cloth cake.
Yeah, that's a fabric, just like Serpentor.
Right.
Same kind of thing.
And I'm fine with that, but I really like that design on Destro. You know, normally I'm 100% classic Destro. Give me that deep V neck.
Yeah.
But there's something about that look. It's kind of like a Hugo Boss kind of look that I really like.
Well, I mean, we've seen that look. I mean, we saw it in Sunbow, but it was also carried forward in, I think it was Retaliation. That was pretty much just his look, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
No, not Retaliation. The other R one.
Resolute.
Resolute.
Yeah, it's very similar. To
Rise of Cobra, Resolute, Retaliation, Renegades. Why are there so many R's?
Because Cobra Commander doesn't do S very well.
Solid. So yeah, I mean, I want the Destro more than the Snake Eyes. Eventually, I'll probably pick up Destro and Snake Eyes, but we all know you got a budget. You got to make choices. You can't just buy everything as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, my main question is, Pythona comes with that diamond, but she can't. It doesn't look like she can hold it.
Well, it's like Cobra Commander came with that spore, but he can't hold it either.
Right. Yeah. And
You put a head on there.
Although at least that you can probably, because it's the right size.
Yeah.
She can probably hold it with 2 hands. Well, those hands aren't going to get that close together, but you may be able to.
I don't know. They need to put back swivel arm and battle grip on there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I bet you can fake it out, but I doubt there will be any kind of thing for her hand to fit in underneath.
Blue tack.
Well, right, and that's, yeah. And then we also saw, I want to hear who's excited about the retro cardback Flint variant that there are only 82 of. That's an interesting decision. And look, I don't want to talk too much about the art because it is, a human artist made that art. So that's good. I'm glad they went with that. But
I just can't get my head around the whole, well, we're only making 82. And so you better buy like 10 of these and hopefully you get one. And I'm not buying 10 Flints. I mean, this seems like it's we need to do something to juice up that eBay.
Well, and imagine if for some reason, sorry, I just realized I moved your phone way out of
that's
range.
okay.
That's so uncomfortable.
I don't need it right now.
I wouldn't be able to handle that. So, like, imagine you're, for whatever reason, a Menton card completist of the retro cardback classified. Like, you're out. And I always question things like that as collectors. Well, first of all, is anybody in here a Menton card collector? So how do you feel about it?
It doesn't interest me. I think maybe when I was younger, like when I had the 25th and they would do stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would do that, but that was when I was 23 and had more disposable income than being 40 with kids. So.
Well, and also stuff was cheaper. Like it wasn't just it was not just cheaper for the time, but even counting for inflation, stuff was cheaper back then.
It just, to me, like, when I saw that email, the first thing I thought was, oh, this is going to be like a $300 item on eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a character that, for me personally, I'm not super big on. And if it was like a Viper or something like that, I'd take my chances as I'm getting like army build. But for me, it was just, oh, that's cool. I'll never have it.
Oh, that's a really good point. If they did something like that with a troop builder,
Where people are buying 3 to 5 at a time?
yeah, that would get a response, I think.
Yeah. And what they should have done is like, what year did Flint come out? 85?
We never know what they should have done, but
Well, what I would have done if I were Hasbro is put out 1,985 of them.
sure.
You know,
Well,
then
but
you
you
get,
know what? Hasbro's so stuck on that 82 though.
Yeah.
Because they did a whole run of.
well, then do 1,982.
Yeah, a few years ago, they did a bunch of anniversary shirts that were all 82. I got the Roadblock one, and they all say 82 and then have the original character art in front of it. But he's an 84 figure. It always bothered me, and I know it shouldn't, but it does.
It's that pedantic side of your head.
Oh yeah, and that side of my head is huge. All right, let's see. So here's the opportunity for prizes. I mentioned we've got a couple of prizes here. We have got we've got the version of the script that Michael Charles Hill has at his table, which definitely go talk to. I mean, you saw he's ready to talk. He's a fascinating guy. I interviewed him on the Needless Things podcast, so please do check that out. But go out there and check out what he's got. He's got scripts, and then I've also got a Cold Slither Reaction Plus figure. If you take either of these, let him know you want him here in the panel, and he'll sign them for you. I got my Zartan signed last night, and he's got beautiful signature. Very careful about placement and everything. So, and he's got a wide selection of Posca paint pens, so it's going to look nice as well. So, Noel, have you got? We got a little segment we like to do.
Yeah.
Called "Knowing is literally the entire battle."
That's right. So this, of course, is our little trivia quiz. We've broken this down into some easier questions, some maybe middle-of-the-road questions, and some tougher questions. But we'll let you pick which level of questions that you want, and we'll see if you can demonstrate your G.I. Joe knowledge. So who wants to volunteer for the first question?
Who wants to win a fabulous prize?
All right.
I'll volunteer. I don't know how well I'll do, but
All right. You want a 1, 2, or 3 level question?
whichever's easiest.
The easiest question. All right. We can't ask that because we've already discussed that today.
Even better.
Probably not that one here.
Even better.
Yeah. How about this? What company published G.I. Joe comics between the years 2009 and 2022 prior to Skybound?
IDW.
That is the correct answer. They also did G.I. Joe, but prior to 2000.
Yeah. That's why it took me a second to realize like which group we're on.
Whichever one you prefer. You were up first, so you get first dibs.
I'm gonna take the script.
Nice. All right. And he will, like I said, take that to his table. He'll sign it for
That's
you.
what I want to get done.
And get him to personalize it too. I always like to get my stuff personalized because one, it means more to me, and two, it lets the creator know that you're getting it for yourself.
It's
You're not
not
going to try
on
and flip
eBay.
it on eBay or something like
Oh, yeah.
that.
That's
So-
what I did at the Joe Con when they had a couple guys from the movie in 2008, 2009.
Mm.
They had the guy who played Heavy Duty there.
Oh, nice.
And I had him customize all my stuff that I did with like Star Wars with I forget the name, but the guy with the clones and all that too. So
Yeah.
I like having that because it's not going to sell, but also we have like your name personalized on it. That's kind of cooler than
Yeah. Well,
having like Larry Hama.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that signatures don't mean anything to me unless I'm there to get them.
Yeah.
Because I won't go online and buy a signature because to me it's about the experience of getting the item, meeting the person. So that I wanted to Dave. That's just cooler.
Yeah.
All right, Noel.
All right. Who else wants to answer a trivia question for a chance at this excellent prize right here? All right.
I'll try.
You want an easy, middle of the road, or brain buster question?
Oh, yeah, definitely not Brainbuster. I'll go easy.
All right. What is the alliterative name of the corporation run by the Crimson Twins, Tomax and Zaymot?
Arca.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
I like that answer, but
Extensive Enterprise? That would be the correct answer.
well done.
What was it again?
Extensive Enterprises.
Arco in the comics.
Yeah.
But the alliterative name is
Oh, I saw.
Extensive Enterprise. So come on up and claim your Zartan. And we do still have, I've got a couple of itty bitty ditty bags. If anybody else wants to try, we can do one more. You might as well. Take your shot.
I'll try.
All right.
All right. You want a 1, 2, 3?
I'll go easy.
You'll go easy. All right. Let's see here. This is said. A couple of these easy ones have already been taken care of. However, we'll see if you know this one. What Academy Award-winning actor has a cameo as Lieutenant Stone in G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra? A hint: he is known for working with director Stephen Sommers on previous films.
Brendan Fraser.
Correct.
Well done. This is actually the last, I thought we gave away the last itty bitty ditty dag at Joe Fest. Now, this is the last one that's prepared. But this one was underneath everything else. So this is the last prepared itty bitty ditty bag we have.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Should I open it or keep it?
Oh yeah, whatever you want to do. It's got a Ziploc top, so you can
okay.
close it, whatever. But it's got a couple buttons and things in there.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, cool. So we've given away some prizes. We've done a fantastic table read of Special Mission Brazil Redux. And I gotta say, I think that does it for us today. You can catch us live on the Needless Things YouTube channel Monday night. We will be celebrating our 200th episode. We're actually probably closer to 300 with all the bonus episodes and stuff we've done. But as far as official episodes, we're at 200. So we'll be doing that live. We've got a ton of special guests, people from the history of the show. Some of the Audible Army are gonna be on there presenting segments. It's gonna be a big, fun show. We're really gonna enjoy that one. You can catch. So we're doing a lot with what we recorded today. This video will be available on the Needless Things YouTube channel soonish. The audio will be available wherever you get your podcast. And then I'm going to lift the audio of the reading and add in sound effects and music and everything else and figure out a way to release that. Because obviously we can't put that on YouTube or even release it as a podcast because we'll get copyright strikes. So I may just put it up in the Audible Army Facebook group. Which will also be receiving the run through that I did by myself doing all the voices. I'm going to add that in the Facebook group as well.
Do you still have to send you an email to get an invite to the group if you're not in? Or?
Yes. The easiest way to join the Facebook group if you want to send your email address to the Audible Army or Audible Interlude podcast Instagram, and we'll add you to the group. That's the easiest way to get it done. So check out the Needless Things YouTube channel. Audible Interlude is available wherever you get your podcast. And I'm on a job hunt, so I have my actual, for real professional business cards up here as well. So grab one of those too. Gary, once again, where can we find you? What are you doing?
Right now, mainly focusing since DragonCon is done, and I spent a month recovering.
You get to breathe.
I get to breathe. But yes, I am doing, as I said, with part of the Good to Be a Geek Network. There is the horror podcast, A Podcast of Amontillado. We're about to start a Wheel of Time podcast called The Breaking of the Podcast.
Oh, wow.
And in a few short months, you will see me at DragonCon, down the American Sci-Fi Classics track, with these guys.
A few short months. 11 or so.
That's right around the corner.
What is it you always say? DragonCon is either...
It's either, no, I don't say it.
I heard it from you first.
Yeah, but oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's, I think it's James Palmer might be the one who originated it, but it's DragonCon is either tomorrow or next year or something like that.
It's either all the way over there or it's tomorrow.
Yeah. And Noel, what else you got going on?
What do I have going on? Well, I'm here with my Outback costume, my UK survival specialist Tiger Force version, because I am here representing The Finest, which is a costume club that raises money for a fantastic organization called Canines for Warriors. Right when you walk in the security, we're right to the left. We have a couple Vipers and a Night Force Falcon here. We have some other people throughout the weekend. But drop by, we have some stuff that you can pick up, swag that you can get for a charitable donation, but any donations are always appreciated. It goes 100% of the dollars across our table go directly to Canines for Warriors. And all the items that you see there are donated by our members, things that we picked up and we put out there just out of our own generosity, so we certainly appreciate you stopping by.
I got a button.
And of course, unfortunately, our Cobra intern could not be here today. He got called. He's out on maneuvers. But check out.
Is that what they're calling it?
That is. Check out Legion Cub on Instagram for some great toy photography. He is here in spirit because I think there was just enough silliness today but boy, we might have to do this whole thing again with him because I was looking forward to his take on.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to hear him do some voices.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your day at Joelanta. Be sure and talk to these creators out here. The fact that you can walk up to somebody who's making toys right now and have a conversation with them and just share your opinions and stuff. They love that feedback. And also, talk to Tim Ellis, Nukes. I interviewed him recently on the Needless Things podcast. Right next to him, Rise of Nexus. Talk to all of these people. It's fascinating learning about the process of making toys and what it takes these days and the dedication of years of your life to get a few figures made. So thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. Catch us Monday. Thanks, everybody. It threw me off because we did the Yo-Joe like 20 minutes ago.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.